check in with me when you have a moment. Ahoy there. Could do worse, Exile.
Greetings.
Hello, hello, hello. Really? At that price?
Welcome, Exile, to the Ring. I am Kurai. While you are here, you will do no harm to any of its members. You are a guest of the Ring, and the boss has no tolerance for guests who do not obey his rules. What goes around comes around, if you will excuse the aphorism. Take your time and look around. Introduce yourself to the others here. When you are ready, find me. The Ring has a job for you, if you are willing. The Ring operates outside whatever semblance of the law remains out here. But lawlessness does not exclude civility, and does not need to create chaos. If someone is intent on taking what is not theirs, better to have a professional handle it, and avoid unnecessary violence and confusion. The Ring is contracted by those who seek a solution to the misallocation of resources. We assign members based on the needs of the job, and we take a small cut. Everyone wins, other than the target. The Ring operates based on favors. Markers allow us to track those favors, and to ensure no one is taking advantage of, or being taken advantage of, by any other Ring member. They are also how you got here. You'll excuse me if that seemed obvious. At times I must deal with people whose talents are not intellectual in nature. What is valuable to you or I may not be valuable to the boss or Faustus. Where you see a worthless trinket, another may see a precious heirloom, or the final piece in a lifelong collection. Contracts allow our clients to hire the Ring to pursue goods that hold no objective value on the client's behalf. Sometimes that value comes from knowing the original owner no longer has it. The Ring makes few moral judgments on what it is hired to obtain. So long as it is not breathing and it is not liable to put the entire Ring at risk, we will not turn a contract down, and neither should you. Dominus was a terrible human being, but the Ring owes a great debt to him. Without his overzealous exilings, the Ring would not have a rich pool of talent to draw upon. The boss himself learned a great deal about the power of anonymity and mythos from Dominus. Lessons he employs today. A king is human, mortal, vulnerable to the same temptations and vices as are we all. A legend lives on for as long as it is told, its meaning and message shifting to fit the needs of the speaker or the audience. Holmes seems to have found himself stuck somewhere in the middle. The greatest lesson to take away from the story of the fallen Karui king is this: a leader is nothing without the loyalty of their followers. I do not like to talk about my younger days, except to say that I did what I had to in order to survive, and I am glad that time is behind me. It takes a lot to surprise me, but I must admit, I did not expect to contend with the divine in my lifetime. It goes to show that there's a seed of truth in every story. The boss is an extraordinarily busy man, so I enact his orders and allocate tasks to members as needed on his behalf. I am, for all intents and purposes, his administrator. If you have any issues, please take them to me, and I can raise it with the boss when he is available. Stay safe.
Round here, people call me Tibbs. Not the quietest little sneak, and I'm not exactly nimble with these big sausage fingers. But if you find yourself on the wrong side of something heavy, you wish you thought to hire me. No worries.
I am Adia. I will enable your travel to and from locations of interest. Remain vigilant.
Another green footpad? Oh, the turnover here is... oh, it's you. I can't say I'm surprised to see you turn up in a place like this. Good luck to you.
Talamoana and good tidings. I'm Fakano, though most people know me as the barber. If you need a trim and tidy, then take a seat. But a little fishy told me you may be more interested in a conversation than a cut. A man like myself, traveling around as much as I do, hears a lot of things. Everyone needs their haircut once in a while, and I am a very attentive listener. Some of the things I hear could be very lucrative to people with certain, shall we say, unscrupulous ambitions. Drop a few markers in the tip jar, and I may accidentally drop some of mine meticulously well. Talakura.
Got something needs made or unmade? I can take them apart as fast as I put them together, sometimes faster. Or is it the other way around? I've had an idea just now for a spinning device that... Oh yes, my name is Isla. I'm an engineer. Welcome. Think it through.
I'm cast. Rather than waste my youth reading, I put that time to better use. Now I can pick just about any lock you're likely to come across. Good chat.
A client wishes to utilize our services. The boss would like to offer you the opportunity to assist member cast on this job. There is room yet in the ring if you can handle the work. The details are on the contract. I suggest you review it before you set off. Speak to Aria when you are ready. She will get you within range of the mark. And try to keep your partner safe so he may do what he is best at. Cast is not as tough as he believes, but the boss has never seen another lockpick as talented. Stay safe. A client wishes to utilize our services. The boss would like to offer you the opportunity to assist member cast on this job. There is room yet in the ring if you can handle the work. Stay out of trouble.
Just don't get in my way. Things start going south in there. First. Hear that?
I cannot do this yet.
We ain't alone. Place is crawling with guards. You're here to make sure they don't kill us both.
Who goes there? Seize them! No further!
I'll pick any locks that get in our way.
For your honor!
You keep me alive, yeah? Consider your actions, yeah? We don't want too much attention.
Thieves, die! Remember your training? Stop there! Who goes there?
Ern's on the other side of this door. Grab it so we can get out of here.
Stop!
Wait, hear that? We've been made. Grab what you can and head out.
With your lives! Back the way we came, rookie. For your honor! For your honor!
you,
still
you've
breathing,
never
look.
looked more
So you
lovely.
ain't done half bad.
Take us home, yeah?
Return soon, yes?
I hope you enjoyed your first job. Cast spoke highly of you. Well, he did not outright speak poorly of you, which for Cast means a great deal. The items you procure should be exchanged with Faustus for markers. In addition to allowing entry onto Ring premises, markers can be redeemed with the residents of the Ring for various goods and services, including blueprints. Please do not hesitate to speak to me if you need further elucidation. I suggest you return to your ordinary duties, whatever they may be, until another contract crosses your path. Though contracts allow the Ring to keep spinning, we are skilled professionals, and skilled professionals wish to test the limits of their skills. The Ring has obtained the layouts of locations known to hold objects of great value. Naturally, these locations are heavily protected and patrolled, and to pull off a job in such a location requires a team. The boss is happy to provide blueprints for these highly secure locations and access to the skills and resources needed to strip such a location bare. For a price. Complete contracts, earn mark, stay safe.
I cannot do this yet. You're alive.
The dark ember remains nestled deep within the putrid flesh of my dead beast. With many of Highgate's tunnels now collapsed, we must forge another way inside. I have divined one weak point in the beast's flank, an ancient wound wrought by that Baalish overreacher, Doriani. The wound was healed shut by a thick membrane, but the right decoction should dissolve the tissue and allow us inside. Of course, for a cordial of such potency, I shall require 2 ingredients of utmost rarity. First, our viscous concoction shall require basilisk acid, a princely poison which drips from the caustic heart of the basilisk, and Trathan powder, an explosive substance oft used in the mining of virtue gems. With these 2 bitter harvests, I shall brew. Within the ruins of Highgate Refinery you shall find it. Trathan powder, a slightly more unstable blend to the kind found within the celebratory rockets and illuminations of Trathus. This devious mixture of crumbled chemistry was once used to blast holes through even the thickest mountainsides. It will ensure that our mixture has the brute force required, though one should tread carefully within the refinery. For General Adus and his elite legionnaires sought refuge there during the first moments of Malachi's cataclysm. If they remain, they will be creatures of darkest discipline, strong men in health and life, made even stronger in corruption and death. Basilisk acid drips from the hearts of those venomous monsters, though I cannot blame them for their disposition. They are tragic creatures. Theirs is a sorry tale more closely tied to my own than I care to dwell upon. Alas, the forging of my dark ember produced some rather unfortunate byproducts. But we shall not see any success if I am to dwell on those past eras. Farewell.
You can gripe all you want, lover. We can't stay here. Not with all this blood.
Where do you expect us to go, Vanya? We have our whole lives here in Highgate.
I don't know. West, perhaps? The Ezomite lands. I don't care. Just somewhere that has unpoisoned water.
Oh, Beast Slayer.
Good to see you again.
Even if you have happened upon us in a rather unruly time.
Shush now, sweetie. There's no need to bother them with our woes.
Oh, they don't know. I can see on your face you haven't heard.
It's Kira. She's gone mad.
Absolutely bonkers.
She's abducted a Yon.
Stolen off with her into the desert. And to make matters worse...
The whole of Highgate is in a state of disarray. There's beast blood in the water.
Usurpers are eyeing up the throne.
And the old gods have risen. If you want my advice, get out of Highgate.
Or save us.
While you still can.
You must have encountered men and women like us before.
Relic hunters.
Collectors of rare antiquities. Anyway, Vanya and I are the best in the business.
And we need your help locating a particularly rare item.
Sweet. I was working them into it.
It's an ancient sword belonging to the Maraketh goddess Garukan.
The Stormblade, some call it. A weapon carved from crystal, capable of capturing even the most powerful of storms with its rigid edge.
The goddess lost it somewhere in the eastern desert during her ancient battle against the necromancer Suresh and his undead horde.
According to our research.
Find the blade for us and we will make it worth your while.
We do this ourselves, but what with the political unrest in Highgate as of late?
We fear leaving, lest we find the gateways barred and ourselves without a home.
Please, Vanya, don't say it.
Say what? I told you so? Well, I never trusted Kira. Her need to control everything, no matter the cost, was never a trait I held much faith in.
Yes, but ambition is not the problem. I have ambition. Do you not?
Of course, I trust you, sweetie, but you're not about to go killing everything that moves in exchange for a bit of power now, are you?
Well, I trade dreams of power for dreams of you, my sweets, any day.
Oh, Pataris.
Irasha? Well, she's the best we've got. Strong, purposeful, an honorable warrior.
I think the description you're failing to provide, love, is stick in the mud.
Stick in the mud?
Yes, as stubborn and serious as they come.
You just don't like her because she treats you differently.
Irasha is a stuck-up elitist. She refuses to see me as a woman.
Oh, sweet. You're more woman to me than all of them put together. I'll let Vanya take this one.
Thank you, love. I trained in Ori.
As a witch. Imagine that.
I thought I was telling the story, Pataris.
Yes, sorry, sweets.
I learned all about the old gods. They were supposed to be our idols, beings of divinity that guided us through our mortal lives.
But they aren't like that at all, are they, love?
Hardly. The gods know better than we are, and nobody that is as bad as us should ever wield that much power.
As bad as us? Speak for yourself. I'm positively delightful.
Yes, yes, you're so sweet they dipped you in a barrel of sugar as a babe. We know.
Good luck.
You must be the outsider, the beast killer. I am Irasha, and while our soft-hearted chieftainess has gone wandering, it falls to me to make sure this Akara doesn't suffer for it. I've heard the stories they tell of you, and I know better than to pluck the feathers from a sleeping rock. Yet, for the sake of my people, I ask that you keep your peace while among us. Our customs have too often been threatened. Your ways are not our ways. Let's keep it like that. Oyun is gone for but a few days, and already Tasuni sniffs at the throne like it's a bitch in heat. Ruled by a man. You need only walk amongst the ruins of Sun to understand that folly. Well, his desires are but wanton lusts while Oyun still lives. One of my scouts saw Kira and her Dakara near the foothills. They had Oyun bound to the back of a rower like a hunter's prize, and the Sekema feather, our symbol of leadership, worn by her captor. Whether Kira works alone or in pack with her brother Tasuni, I know not. Yet I fear she means to sacrifice our Sekema to the vulture of the wastes. Garukan, please, this Akara has helped you in the past. Return our kindness. Free Oyun and return her safely to us. And if this quest is lost, remove the traitorous bitch Kira from this world and retrieve our feather. As long as we have that, the throne of Marakath will remain safe. No matter where you come from or who you might be, we were all birthed by a mother. Our mothers protected us and gave us nourishment. It is our duty in life to honor that great task. Without a mother, none would tread this dirt today. The most important commandment in our people's tradition is this: honor the mother, honor the life. Arrogant men always seek to control that which they should not, as if that dangling piece of meat between their legs is somehow meant to lead them to power and glory. Men don't have the mind for leadership. Without guidance, they destroy all they touch. Leave the trials of power to women. We know how to nurture, how to grow, how to protect. Two of the very few outsiders I've met with like assault. I'm not saying I think they should have as much sway in the Akara as they do, but the fact is, the people like them. Oyun like them. And despite their clumsy attempts to adopt some of our traditions, I like them as well. My head is still reeling from what Kira has done to Oyun. That bitch looked at me day in and day out and proclaimed herself loyal unto death. She has shown me her true face in the end. Once I thought the old gods were worthy of honor, and I can still see how one might think they are boons to be gained courting their favor. But if such favor comes at the price of Marraketh's lives, then I spit on the old gods, and Kira as well. May they all rot in the endless desert. I would offer prayers up to the goddess of the breeze as a child, and listen to her voice sing and whisper as she danced through my family's wind chimes. She was my favorite. But in light of recent time, I can only believe that some immortal madness has laid waste to her mind. Through treacherous deeds and blind love, the Gemlin Queen has taught us much. The body remains here, surrounded by flowers, a reminder to all of us that we ought to tread lightly when chasing desire. Who can say, after all, where the line is drawn between bold ambition and foolish pride? My Dakara and I have vowed to protect our people, and so we keep our eyes sharp and our blades even sharper. As such, I have plenty of weapons on hand. If you perhaps needed to replenish your arsenal, I'm sure we can come to some agreement. Though you showed a mighty bravery when you slew that horrendous beast, by the thoughtlessness of your actions you have caused great trouble to fall upon our home. The water runs red with toxic corrupted blood. Now our people must travel far to fill their flasks and feed their livestock. It's as if we're in the midst of a great drought, while the water mocks us from within our own village.
The nightmares are but whispers now, yet like prophets, cowering within crevice and crack. They speak of old gods returning, and the reprisal of an exile to our beleaguered land. My sister Kira has grown obsessed with the vulture of the wastes, our goddess Garukan. Kira has taken Oyun and plans to sacrifice her, imagining she can reforge herself as a red Sakema, a warlord destined to unite the Marraketh under her bloody banner. My sister's betrayal is too great for forgiveness. Like a rabid dog wandering the mountain pass, she must be put down. I ask this of you, for you are familiar with such barbarism and will not feel the pangs of mercy that I would. On her person, I suspect you will find Oyun's royal mandate, the Sakema feather. If Kira truly wishes to take the throne, she would need such an item to be considered more than a simple usurper. Bring it to me for safekeeping. And please, Return our Sakima Oyun to us, if you can. If she still lives, that is. Yes, I know of that dark god perched atop your shoulder. His image comes forth in my mind's eye, and I hear the sound of his breath crackle against the coldness of our mountain air. He has a different energy to the other gods revealed in my dreams. Less hostile, more empathetic to the plight which humanity suffers. Should his brethren be left to roam free? It seems, Lord Sin, as if you are all. In the twisting, shifting black smoke of my dreaming, I saw the beast, lying slain at your feet. I saw the rise of the old gods, the rigid, dusty remains, springing in sudden haste to life. I saw the growing of their power. As the corruption began to fade, I felt utter anguish, the madness of the beast's last rapid breath. Yet my sight, my power still remains. It would appear that I was permanently marked by its corruption, even as I was birthed from my mother's womb. Well now, why ask me about her? That woman doesn't like me very much, and I can't say I'm particularly fond of her either. She seems to have gotten into her head somehow that I am the epitome of all evil, a selfish, blind villain. Nothing can be further from the truth, other than the blind part, of course. I suppose Irasha has good intentions. She truly wishes to see our tribe flourish. However, she is too caught up in ancient traditions to see that for us to truly flourish, we must transcend tradition. Tortured yet unbroken.
Greetings. A traveler on the winds, Garukan pridefully plundered the sky for its secrets. To her mind, wisdom could be found in the eye of a hurricane. Please understand that Garukan is not an evil being. She was once my friend and companion. Her beauty astonished me as her aspirations inspired me. Yet I must forgo my sentiments for the sake of humankind. Like winds erode the sandstone, Garukan has been warped by the same powers she enslaved. This is not my goddess that you shall slay. And if I continue to say it, I might very well come to believe. I weep for my poor Garukan. Together we experienced the loftiest moments that this world could offer. Alas, it was my heavy heart that she could no longer bear. I knew her pride would one day be the storm that would ravage my precious humanity. In truth, it was for Garukan that I sowed the dark ember within the depths of Highgate. When love cannot be slain, it must be laid down to sleep. Remember, humanity...
I am Jun Ortoy, of the sun-scorched plains of Asteria. I am investigating the disappearance of several prominent exiles. I have surreptitiously been observing your movements for some time. The way you slew the monster beneath this mountain tells me you are suitable for the task I must ask of you. Рэкласта is lawless, but it is not without justice, and some here are more deserving of death than others. The missing were good people, capable fighters doing what they could to bring light to a situation mired in darkness. I believe they were taken by a group calling themselves the Immortal Syndicate, and I fear they will not be the last. Scattered across the plains and mountains are small fortifications I believe to be Immortal Syndicate outposts. They have posted guards along their perimeters, so we must be cautious. Seek one out. I will meet you there, and together we will infiltrate it. I'd not believe you if I had not witnessed the boats lurching onto the shores of Рэкласта myself. So, the gods have returned, and Oriath has fallen. This complicates things, to say the least. Exile, I believe the Syndicate has been planning to form a new government. The Templar were cruel, but at least they were mortal. If the Syndicate's power continues to grow, they will be able to rule Рэкласта and beyond, without fear of reprisal. And we mere mortals will have no choice but to serve, or fuel, their cycle of death and rebirth.
Good find.
Got another one for you.
A good find.
That's all of them. Stay safe.
Look, I know what you're really are. The question now, Exile, is whether or not you're...
Salah.
cannot do this yet.
You have been captured, beast. You will be a survivor, or you will be doomed.
Ah, good stuff. I was dying to
They
stop
clearly
wasting
don't
time,
trust you,
Leo.
Bluey.
We have more important tasks. Tsukahama. How did I fail? I just can't bring my...
Death is what separates.
I choose...
Death is what separates.
You should have given them...
You're a smart one, Exile.
Blessings.
You did it! They found it, Pataris! They found it!
By the gods! Garukan's famed Stormblade.
Do you know what this means, my sweets? Once we find the right collector...
Oh, we can go anywhere. Have anything. We will be like royalty.
But the storm inside is a problem. It's too volatile in its current state.
You're right. We can't trade away a weapon of such apocalyptic nature.
This will require some pondering, my love. In the meantime, thank you, Exile. Take your pick of our stock.
Have you ever heard much of the Marraketh legends?
A truly unique cosmology of strange creatures, pagan gods, and powerful treasures.
One such story talks of a magical stone dial.
A Marraketh calendar, said to detail important events in the future of our world.
General Adis, a war hero of the Empire, reported in his diaries of discovering a dial meeting that description at a dig site somewhere in the foothills.
It appears the war hero had a secret penchant for archaeologies.
But the cataclysm wiped the land clean and buried the dig site in rocks and sand. No one has been able to locate it since, nor the stone dial.
Seems that with everything that's been going on of late, knowing what's due to happen in the future could be a fairly profitable ability.
We know you would never have use for such a gift.
It would remove all the enjoyment out of adventure for someone like you.
Yet, in times such as these, us small folk could do well with a heads up if something particularly nasty were to occur. Besides, a relic like that should sit in a museum.
Or our collection.
Not be lost beneath the rubble where it benefits no one.
If you were to track the calendar down for us, we would pay you handsomely, Exile.
Yes, we are traders of antiquities after all.
Mm-hmm. A noble legionnaire.
But a legionnaire, all the same.
Pataris and I did our research on Adus.
We needed to know as much about him and his dig site as possible.
To make sure he was worth our while.
The general was an eternal commander of the Highgate Legion.
He ran a mining camp up here in the mountains. The bastard was the one responsible for controlling Karui, Maraketh, and Ezomite slaves, forcing them into the black bowels of rockfishes in search of gems.
At least he treated them fairly as human beings.
A slave is still a slave, my sweets.
For all his faults, the general appears to have been a good man for his time. It's a shame what happened to him. An even greater shame that by the sounds of things, he's come back.
Yes, we'd advise steering clear of his old camp.
Until next time. Yes?
Yes.
See ya.
In the Maraketh Desert, an oasis lies to the east. Its waters shielded from prying eyes by a preternatural storm. The sand will rip the very flesh from your bones, should you be so foolish as to enter into its dark shroud. Yet enter you must. The goddess Shakari hides within that golden blizzard, festering with revenge as she resurrects and rebuilds her ancient army. An army that once threatened to shake the very balance of these lands. Should she be allowed to revitalize her troops, the whole of Maraketh will finally fall under the cruelty of her selfish reign. The storm is impenetrable for now, even to the likes of me, but there must be a way in. These Highgate locals, they have an affinity for the desert and harsh weather. One of them may know of a way to disperse the storm. It is not something I deign to speak of often, but this goddess, this creature, she was once the flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood. I rose into the clouds and fell into the arms of that queen, the beautiful Garu Khan. Now, if you think that mortal marriages are difficult to navigate, try an immortal one. We parted ways, yet not before my young queen of the sands was born into this world of filth and horror. Now you see how I must suffer for the sake of humanity, to lay mine own daughter upon the sacrificial altar.
Well, it took some time, but thanks to our Maraketh neighbors...
And their ancient traditions.
We managed a strain of thaumaturgy to remove the storm from Garukan's blade.
We even bottled it for safekeeping.
We'd rather not trust anyone with this sort of power, but perhaps you can use it to clear away that sandstorm in the desert?
Find out what sort of nasties are hiding out there in the desert and put a stop to them. Take care.
Some of the members we have come across, well, they have come back from the dead. I don't have any better way of putting it. They are no mindless zombies. Somehow, they are returning, whole. This must be why they call themselves the Immortal Syndicate. Immortality is dangerous, even in the hands of those with good intentions. I've spent some time around powerful magical objects. There are some whose magical properties are obscured and tangled, trapped and restricted by a curse placed upon it. I cannot restore such items to their original glory, but I can at least break the curse and release some of its power, if you bring it to me. Do I really need a reason? For what reason did you help the sick and dying in Lion Eye's watch? We do these things because no one else will. We do these things because the world has enough pain in it already. Would you have me sit idly by, watching the few good souls left on this wretched stretch of land fall into the shadows? Creation cannot occur without destruction, nor destruction without creation. Light and darkness. The two must coexist. One cannot be without the other. But forces work to break Рэklast's already precarious balance. And who but us can put it right?
When I received my first flower of blood, I was given to the ritual of womanhood. All young Maraketh women have to dance with a scorpion to prove themselves worthy of carrying the Dakara's spear. It is no easy task to catch a black Maraketh scorpion. Their tails are swift, their stingers sharp, their poison lethal. I made my way through the trial unscathed, but my sister, we shared a womb, came into this world together. She left it, thrashing and foaming at the mouth. Since that day, I have slept with one eye open for fear of the scorpion's sting. And now Shakari, the mother of all black bugs, rises from the sands. Find that scuttling bitch and kill her for me and for...
I cannot do this yet.
Exile! It is time to hunt! Do not worry, little beast. We are friends now. Survivor, you are well prepared for the end. This is a fine capture.
Exile, I fear I have not been entirely honest with you. This dusty pit was once the Forbidden Vault, and I its guardian. That you have not heard of it is not surprising. It was kept in absolute secrecy for countless generations, known only to my Akara. The Order of the Jinn. It feels so strange to tell someone. To speak so plainly would have been a sin of the highest order, punishable by death. It seems harsh to an outsider like yourself, but you do not know the importance of what we did.
I cannot do this yet.
I will slay every last one of you!
daughter! Rest, my child. Be free from the torments of immortality. A mother's keen heart shall bleed into the dreams of her daughter. Once a beauty who held captive the hearts of men and women alike, Shikari's splendor decayed into lust, for the power possessed by her skyborn mother. My daughter once sought out such power within the great sands of this desert. Ever determined, she found it, and it made of her the twisted creature you so mercifully dispatched. Driven by agony and shame, she built an army out here in these sweltering lands, and would have conquered the very sky had not the beast soothed her into peaceful oblivion. A babe once more, sleeping in her cradle.